The U.S. Olympic long track team is set, and it's a real mixture of newbies and veterans like Brittany Bowe. She's already won 2 Olympic bronze medals, but she has very clear goals heading into Milan Cortina.
I'm still chasing that ultimate dream of becoming an Olympic champion. I want nothing less than to step on the top of that podium.
Long track pits skaters against the clock and each other on a 400-meter track, same distance as a high school running track. Distances range from 500 meters to 5,000 meters. Milan will be Brittany's 4th Olympics. She grew up in Florida and made the transition from inline skating to speed skating in 2010. At 37, she is training smarter, not harder. We'll talk about the role that things like hypnotherapy play in keeping her on track and what she's doing differently this Olympic run.
I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to enjoy, everything it takes to set myself up for success, to being able to perform on the highest level, to have the opportunity to chase that gold medal.
I'm dying to ask the Road to Milan Cortina what it's like to plan your life in 4-year increments as Olympians like Brittany Bowe do. How she and hockey player Hilary Knight have become an Olympic power couple. And what's more important, training the mind or training the body? A reality check on the mental games athletes play to win and how you too can get a little Olympic edge. Download and subscribe to Dying to Ask on Apple or Spotify, or you can watch my interview with Brittany Bowe on YouTube. Heading into possibly a 4th Olympics. Does that sound strange to you?
It sounds unbelievable. This whole journey has been such a gift to, when I moved out here in 2010, my goal was to be an Olympian, to step up onto that Olympic podium, and here we are going on my 4th quad and hopefully 4th Olympic Games later. It's unbelievable. I'm super blessed.
What is it that helps you maintain the motivation? Because I'd imagine like going to different Olympics, it's almost like having different kids. Like you change with each kid, and with each Olympics, not only do you get older and more experienced, but you as a person change too, I would think.
Absolutely. Each quad, and my life is broken into 4 years at a time, so we call it each Olympic cycle is a quad. But each quad is a completely different journey, where I am at as a person in my career, the obstacles or injuries you've had to overcome. But what keeps me going, I am addicted to competition. I'm addicted to winning. It's my drug. I just absolutely love pushing my body to the absolute limits, and going on my 4th Olympic Games, still being able to be competitive and having a shot to step on that Olympic podium is fuel to the fire for sure.
How are you smarter going into this one, do you think?
The way that I prepare, my routines are really locked in. As I've matured throughout my career, I know you have to put a lot more time into the recovery. You have to put a lot more time into the mental preparation. So I think those 2 things have continued to give me an edge, because as we get older, physically it gets a little bit harder. But just doing everything right for my body, making sure everything between my ears is locked in, is what's going to set me apart.
How do you lock in the mental part? Like what is it that works for you?
Over the past couple years, I've worked with a great hypnotherapist, and that's something that I've really taken a lot of liking to. And essentially, it's a very intentional guided meditation, guided visualization. We're going through, all the senses of what I'm experiencing day to day or on that race day, and really just trying to picture, feel, smell, taste that perfect execution of a race is something that has been really valuable in my mental preparation.
Is that essentially mindfulness, or is that different when it's for an athlete?
You could call it mindfulness. I mean, anytime anybody is working on the mental side of things, that's a taste of mindfulness for sure. I think as athletes, we, forget that training the mind is just as, if not more important than training our bodies. We're really, really good at training our bodies, and I think just recently, you've seen athletes pay a lot more attention to training that mind just so it can align with the body.
I think you're right. I mean, 20 years ago when I came here to interview people, I will tell you there wasn't a single person here who was talking about training their brain.
Yeah.
Not a chance. It was all physical.
Yes. Yeah. It's really cool that people are paying more attention to it. it's talked about more. It's okay to not be okay, and to be able to use resources around us to, improve that aspect of our life, which will give us that edge on the competition.
Is that also helping extend the careers of some athletes too, do you think, because you've got a better balance between those two?
I would say so. That, in addition to all the new recovery modalities that are out there on the market. I mean, I'm doing hyperbaric chamber, red light therapy, cryotherapy. We do our hot cold contrast, and just, red infrared sauna. I mean, there's so many cool advancements to help our body continue to recover. I think that's really extending the life of an athlete. But for sure, like that mental edge, absolutely.
There weren't a lot of great things that came out of COVID, but you actually have a success story in that you found a great partner during what a lot of people found to be a very challenging time. Do you mind telling that story? Because it's a great one.
Yeah, with my partner Hillary Knight. We've known each other over the years just through different Team USA events, different Olympics. She's going on her hopefully 5th Olympic Games now. But yeah, during Beijing, she would, I noticed she'd, slide into my Instagram DMs a little bit, and we'd exchange numbers, and we would text back and forth, and eventually she's like, hey, you want to go on a walk tonight after dinner? And I guess you could call it like our first date, and it was everything other than glamorous. I mean, we are walking outside, fully masked. Everyone's afraid to test positive. You test positive, you're done for your Olympics Games is over. So it would start with some walks after dinner, fully masked, and then it would eventually move on to lunch dates or dinner dates, which were a piece of plexiglass in between us. But really, we were living in this bubble, and it was almost like a reality TV in a bubble. So we didn't really have any outside distractions. There were no family there, no fans, nothing, extracurricular to do. So we really had a lot of time to just hang out and talk and get to know one another. And, ever since Beijing, we've been inseparable. So it's been a gift for sure.
So, I mean, you've got two people in the household then pushing toward this one goal. What's that like?
It's great. I mean, to be with somebody on the same exact level that knows, what it takes to become the best at your sport, or, pursue those goals. We just have an understanding for each other. We know how to support one another. And it's just great, having each other in the house.
You speak with such gratitude, it sounds like. Is that what it feels like at this part in your career?
Oh, absolutely. So grateful. And like we talked about earlier, how every 4 years or every quad has been a different journey. In this past 4 years, I think the theme is being grateful. I mean, I'm going to be 38 at the next Olympic Games, and to be able to play every single day, for my entire life. Of course, it's hard work. Of course, you're overcoming things that, are unimaginable to some people, but I've literally been able to play and do what I love every single day of my life. Super grateful and really embracing that kind of theme as we head to Milan.
How nice to be able to actually recognize that, because usually we look back at life, we go, that was a good time, I should have enjoyed that a little bit more. You sound like you're in it and you're like, this is great.
Yeah, and of course, years down the road, I think I will still be in that place, but I really do feel that I am able to embrace that. Being able to come here every day and see my younger teammates and kind of see myself in some of them, and be able to take a little bit of a step back while I'm still in it has been pretty unique and cool. But yeah, I literally wake up thankful and grateful every single day, because I have faced some challenges and obstacles that possibly could have been career ending, and overcoming those things makes you really realize like you can't take anything for granted. So to be here, sitting here on my own terms, what's there not to be grateful for?
So to go to a 4th Olympics would be what?
It would be unbelievable. And don't get me wrong, I'm still chasing that ultimate dream of becoming an Olympic champion. I want nothing less than to step on the top of that podium, but I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to enjoy, everything it takes to set myself up for success, to being able to perform on the highest level, to have the opportunity to chase that gold medal.
Thanks for checking out Dying to Ask, The Road to Milan Cortina. You can take the show on the go by downloading it on Apple or Spotify, and you can always watch it on YouTube.